So now I'm going to cover the topic of how to pick up the digital terrestrial channels using autoscan. So basically it's the input here with the coax connectors that we're using, and what we're going to do is it's taking a feed from an aerial, something like this, a UHF aerial. So what I'll do here again is I press the menu button and I come along and I go for the installation menu and I come down to terrestrial search and I enter the password, which once again is 4 zeros. And I come along and I can either, if I know the frequency of the particular box, I can simply go through and choose that particular channel, because each of the different transponders, or each of the different transmitters in Ireland will be broadcasting using a particular frequency. So, you know, going from channel 21 up to 69 is a theoretical range within the UHF one. On this particular one, I'm not quite sure what we're going to use. So I'll just use an automatic scan and I'll start the search now, okay? So I just work it through now. So this can be quite frustratingly slow because we're going through channel 4, channel 5, channel 6. I have a feeling it's probably going to be around channel 50 or 60 before we get to it. So what we're actually just going to do here is we're just going to pause the recording and we're going to zoom back in when we're up closer to channel 50 there, okay? So just freeze the recording for now. So we're moving up towards the top of the list. I expect that in some of the upcoming channels we'll actually pick up the frequency here. So you can still see there's no TV and no radio channels have been picked up to date. So we're up to channel 58, 59 is next. We can see the signal strength and signal quality is quite low. So that's it. So I'll know that for future reference. I think it was channel 62 that we picked them up. So we picked up 4 radio stations, the 4 Irish stations, and also another channel called RTENL, which is actually the network. It's sort of like a subdivision of RT that does all the test broadcasts anyway. So it asks us, do we want to save, and now we just go OK. So now it saves the channels, and I'll add them onto the end of the list. So if I exit out from here and go back over to the channel manager, if I go to the top of the list here, you can see the Irish channels have been added on then. And that's autoscan for each one of them. You do the satellite and the digital terrestrial independent of each other. But it's very, very quick. And I had to know the particular frequency, which I think I actually might even have available on my own website there, tvtrade.ie. I would have been able to just go straight in and enter the frequency things. Normally when we're shipping boxes from TV Trade, we pre-program if customers want with the various satellite channels, but we don't normally put on the digital terrestrial ones, simply because the satellite channels are consistent right across the country, because it's one satellite dish covering, or satellite transmitter covering Europe, where the digital terrestrial, it will depend on what part of the country you're in, and eventually there'll be 10 main transmitters, a number of substations. And that's it, a complete overview of the autoscan using for the digital terrestrial.